Another day in another set of Alex Bregman updates. I'm here to break down how the Red Sox are not the odd team out in this negotiation with All-Star Alex Bregman, all on this episode of Red Sox Digest. But first, before we get to the news and information, remember, if you're a part of the 86.5% currently watching this video, not currently subscribed to the channel, and want to stay up to date on everything Red Sox, scroll down, click the subscribe button. We do appreciate all the love and support, so thank you guys. But now let's get to it and break down the 700th Alex Bregman update. Now, Alex Bregman deserves all of the time that he's getting in the sense of topic of conversation. But again, it's getting a bit crazy that no one will go out there and offer him anything relatively close to what he's looking for. Now, as we all know, Alex Bregman wants at least 6 to 7 to 8 years on a contract and close to the $200 million mark. Now, he has not gotten anything relatively close to that offered to him up to this point in the offseason. As we know, the Houston Astros in the very beginning of this offseason expected to go out and re-sign Alex Bregman, as he's been there for the entirety of his 9-year MLB career. And again, they offered him, I believe, 6 years for $156 million. Now, Bregman has turned that down. I believe the offer is still on the table based off of reports. But again, Bregman is still testing the free agency market as teams like the Red Sox, the Tigers, the Cubs, and again, the Astros are all in on Bregman. But based off this report from Bob Nightingale titled Cubs Address Alex Bregman Rumors During First Day of Spring Camp, with a picture of Alex Bregman flexing his big old muscles. Now, if you click on the picture, it takes you to the article where we find a bunch of interesting information from Bob Nightingale on this entire just all the craziness involving Alex Bregman and the entire situation going on this offseason, specifically relating to the Chicago Cubs, as they are one of the outliers in this entire conversation, because as of now, they have not offered at least a 4-year contract to Alex Bregman, which is something that is different from the other teams involved, the Red Sox, the Tigers, and the Astros. But also they have a very, very, very interesting put-together team in the sense that they are favorites to win their division. They have a former teammate, a longtime teammate of Alex Bregman's in Kyle Tucker, now associated with their organization. And again, just a very interesting spot for the Cubs. Now they go on this, or Nightingale goes on to say, yet, while the Cubs continue to talk to agent Scott Boras about Bregman, there's no indication that the Cubs would be willing to offer more than a 3-year contract. There's also no sign that Bregman would dramatically lower his asking price when he already has at least one 6-year offer on the table. So, again, the Cubs being different than all of the other teams that we have already mentioned in the idea of the Tigers, the Red Sox, and the Astros, as again, there is no indication that the Cubs would be willing to offer more than a 3-year contract, which makes me think, despite how well put together the Chicago Cubs are, at least going in to this MLB season without Alex Bregman, and how enticing it may be for him to join that team, they are not going to give him any reason more to join that team in the idea of what they're going to offer him contractually, whether it be the amount of years or the amount of money offered to him for this contract in this offseason. So again, can we count the Chicago Cubs out? Are they the odd team out in this conversation, as it seems like all of these other possible suitors for Alex Bregman have at least offered a 4-year contract, as reported by Bob Nightingale in this article. As he goes on to say, the Detroit Tigers, the Boston Red Sox, and the Houston Astros have all made offers of at least 4 years to Bregman, but no one has been willing to meet his asking price, again, being closer to the $200 million point. Now, we know what the Astros have offered Alex Bregman. That, again, 6 years, $156 million. That is a substantial offer to someone in Alex Bregman that one has already played a 9-year career, the entirety of his MLB career in that organization with the Houston Astros. Now, if we compare that to what the Red Sox have offered him, as we know, it's a 4-year deal. We don't have any idea of what the number is going to be in the sense of actual dollar amounts being presented to Alex Bregman, as well as the AAV, and that goes along with this Detroit Tigers as well. But we know there are connections for both of those teams outside of obviously him not playing there like he has with the Astros. But again, the connection to the Red Sox would be Alex Cora, as well as for the Detroit Tigers, it would be Finch. So again, there are connections to these organizations, but no one has met the requirement and really the demands of Alex Bregman. Now, we discussed the Red Sox in their tactics, their negotiation offseason tactics, if you will, earlier this offseason, specifically with Alex Bregman, as it appears they are playing a game of chicken with Scott Boras, the representative of Alex Bregman, as well as Bregman himself, in hope, and again, I will say, as well as other teams like the Astros, like the Tigers, like the Cubs, to hope that they don't go out there and really blow other organizations away with their offer to Bregman. So if the Tigers, just hypothetically, came out, and again, we're all sitting in the same boat relatively with Alex Bregman, all teams involved, all four, if you will, the Astros, Red Sox, Tigers, as well as the Cubs, are all sitting relatively in the same boat. But if, again, hypothetically, the Astros, the Tigers, the Cubs come out there and they offer Bregman 5, 6, 7-year deal and close to that 185, 190, $200 million mark, again, that game of chicken will fail drastically for the teams not willing to go out there and offer that to Bregman, as again, it seems like Bregman is looking for the best offer available that gets relatively close to his asking point as possible. And again, up to this point, and again, it is February 10th. Catchers and pitchers have reported for duty for some organizations. It's time to get excited. Baseball is being played this month. We have waited we've waited all off season long. We are finally getting to the point where baseball is finally going to be being played. Now, the Red Sox would look a whole lot better if Alex Bregman was a part of their organization in a Red Sox uniform. But again, that has yet to happen. I'm not going to say we are far from it, but again, we are very, very far from it. As again, it is a 4-team race as of now, but again, the Chicago Cubs don't seem like there's any indication that they're going to go out and give him more than a 3-year contract, which I believe is going to hold them back drastically. So again, with that being said, I'm still going to lean towards a 3-team race, and specifically, I'm scared of the Astros. I feel like they have the best chance to go out and sign Bregman if the original offer still stands, which based off reports in the last Bregman video that we did on this channel, it appears based off reports allegedly that Astros offer still stands, despite the talks between the two parties stalling out and really not gaining any more traction. Again, I believe that is because the Houston Astros made it abundantly clear, hey, we offered you 6 for 156. If you go ahead, test the waters. If you don't find anything close to your asking price, just know that 6 years for 156 is still on the table from your longtime friends, the Houston Astros. So again, if you don't find anything that seems adequate for you, just give us a call. Again, we can settle on this number, which again is a great respect compared to the offers you're getting from the Tigers, the Red Sox, the Cubs, who are, again, stuck on that 3-year, 4-year deal, which, again, we don't know the AAV. We don't know the actual dollar amount being presented to Bregman via these deals, specifically for the Red Sox, unfortunately. But, again, the Houston Astros being that one team that, again, has had Bregman on their involved with their organization for 9 years now. And, again, publicly has made an offer to Bregman that is substantially larger than anyone else has offered up to this point for Bregman. It's upsetting because, again, we've had this conversation a million times on this channel, not only about Bregman, but a various count of other free agents that have come and gone this free agency period, this offseason period. We need help to balance out this lineup. This is from Fangraphs, as well as I have one from the MLB Network back on January 9th of this year, where they actually implemented Alex Bregman into this lineup hypothetically and what it would look like. Again, I love the way this lineup looks. It is balanced, as more right-handed bats than this one currently constructed on Fangraphs, as what we would go into today. If MLB season started today, there's a good chance this is exactly what our lineup would look like, bearing some obviously platoons. We have Vaughn Grisham, who could be a right-handed bat that would play second base instead of David Hamilton, another left-handed bat. Again, it's very interesting to see how it all will play out when MLB season does officially get here. But again, we have baseball this month. Like, things are picking up, and we have to get the ball rolling, or Bregman is going to walk into a very a situation very, very late, I will say. Again, his Baseball Savant page, we know what it's going to look like. Some things are very league average. Some things are just below league average, but when he's good, he is great, and especially in the field, he's versatile. He can play second. He can play third. He's a right-handed bat that will not only balance out this lineup, but bring some versatility to this team defensively, something we've preached on this channel. He's not religiously a pull hitter, but again, he does pull the ball a good amount, and with that green monster in Fenway, he could find great success. And again, I would love to see Alex Bregman really find a groove with this Red Sox organization. I think it would be a great fit. I think it would be a great boost to this Red Sox organization. And it would also take some pressure off of Craig Breslow as well as Sam Kennedy and the rest of this organization due to their lack of spending this offseason. While yes, they've made some additions, but their lack of spending is standing out amongst everything else. Make something change. Make a big move. Go out and sign Alex Bregman before this MLB season starts. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest.